Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Well, take a look at that. XRP on the hourly right now trading at 53.4, and over the last few hours we have seen a surge for XRP. We did hit a high up here of about 54.7 before retracing in the early hours of the morning. This happened at about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm recording this fairly early on Friday morning, and we are seeing a retracement occur, and I think that Bitcoin has been the leader of this trend. Bitcoin is also up and has been going up steadily since yesterday. Bitcoin right now trading at about $30,800 per coin. So we're not seeing huge leaps and bounds for Bitcoin, although it is continuing with its momentum upwards. I just switched the chart to the daily chart, and we are seeing Bitcoin going up as well. So crypto momentum is moving in the right direction. Market cap right now at about just shy of $1.3 trillion. And, we've still got Bitcoin dominance up fairly high. Although, the altcoins, they are catching up with Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is up by 1.7%. Ethereum up by 6.2%. We've got BNB coin down here up by 2.6%. And XRP up by 4.6%. So you guys can see here a sea of green. I don't know how many of you guys have been around watching this channel since the beginning. Do you guys remember the bear market of 2018 and 2019 for part of 2019 over there? How many of you guys remember how it felt when we just kept going down and down and down and down? And like it felt like, we'd have 3 consecutive days of red and maybe 1 day or 2 days of green and then another few days of consecutive red. And I think at that point in time, if you guys have been in this space for a long period of time, it felt a lot worse than what we saw here. And I think a lot of that had to do with our holdings. If we had been holding XRP since 2017 or 2018 or even 2019, we had gotten in at such great prices that even though we did not meet our targets back up here, we were still holding at fairly low prices. And even at the bottom of the market here, put it down in the comment section if you guys feel your portfolio was still above water. I know if you did buy, chasing the green candlesticks moving up in 2020 and into 2021, you probably were underwater during this period here. But I hope you guys did accumulate, because this was the opportunity. I was telling everybody this was the opportunity to accumulate, to add to your stacks. Of course, that's not financial advice. That's just what I've been doing. But, if you have been accumulating, you're probably feeling very content right about now. Crypto market is up since that bottom. It's up almost 100%, or at least Bitcoin. Sorry, Bitcoin's up almost 100%. Crypto market, let me just bring up total real quick. The total market cap is up. Let me clear that off. Total market cap is up. The total crypto market's up about 71.8%. So, in the grand scheme of things, we are doing fairly well. 2023 is shaping up to be quite nice. How much is XRP up? Let's just round this out. Since the bottom there, XRP is up about 85.5%. So, some good potential here for these cryptocurrencies. We're going to hope this market continues. Just throw XRP on the hourly. Actually, let me throw it on the 4-hour here. Remove that. Want to zoom in here and make a note for all those bullish pennant observers. Bullish pennant, the breakout happening right now, right in and around here. So guys, we have now broken out of that long-term bullish pennant pattern. So you guys think we will go above this level here after the weekend, 58.4? Put it down in the comment section if you have an opinion. Mike Manfield here on Twitter posting this. So guys, I just wanted to warn you, there is another scam. People pretending to be Ripple, register for the token issuance. Okay, he got this email scam claiming to be from Ripple. Be careful out there. You've come so far. Don't let these scumbags ruin your dream. So these guys, again, want you to send them your XRP to secure instant access to the issuance. Community members must create, import, or present proof of keys for a private individual XRP account. Never, ever, ever give away your private keys, guys. Again, this is a scam. Don't click on any links. Keep your cryptocurrency safe in a cold wallet storage solution. I personally use the Ledger Nano, and I do have an affiliate link in the description of every video I do. You can use the link. You don't have to use the link. I just don't want you guys to be exposed to vulnerabilities. If you do hold your own private keys, those are something that you have to keep private, okay? So anybody who's asking you for proof of keys for a private individual XRP account or anything, Ledger Nano, any kind of any information, that's your information. Nobody will ever ask you for that. So, just be wary of these scams. Wanted to thank Mike just for letting us in on that scam that is now circulating. This one from the Cryptic Poet here, guys. Another announcement. Ripple has just announced that Liquidity Hub is officially open for business, and they just released a new video. Listen to this.
Crypto is here. It's no longer an idea or on the horizon. It's already the reality of how businesses and people trade, move, and manage value. But despite a growing desire by businesses to engage in crypto, integrating digital asset solutions is complex. It often requires cumbersome integrations, has high costs, and involves engaging with fragmented, slow, and costly fiat payout landscape. At Ripple, we built Liquidity Hub to seamlessly bridge the new world of digital assets with the traditional world of fiat. The experience is plug and play, encompassing a single API connection into a breadth of liquidity pools. It offers optimized pricing via smart order routing, and through Ripple's suite of products, best-in-class last-mile fiat payouts into global jurisdictions will be available. Liquidity Hub powers interoperability between crypto and fiat systems, bridging digital assets seamlessly. Partner with Ripple for your crypto liquidity needs today.
So partner with Ripple for your crypto liquidity needs. This product has been on the market since 2021, but it's looking as though they're really ramping it up, guys. Wrath of Kahneman here, just giving his views on some of this expansion. After the pilot, Ripple's Liquidity Hub is now live. Key quote, "It functions as a standalone solution or an extension of our cross-border payment solution, which leverages our global network to provide partners access to payout rails worldwide." So really kind of expanding on, I guess how they, or how they see the direction for Liquidity Hub going. It is an extension of cross-border payment solutions that is of interest here. A looming question is if other crypto might offer more liquidity replacing XRP, but the landing page has an attractive video that suggests something more like ODL on the payout end. So Wrath of Kahneman here suggesting that XRP likely going to be the main cryptocurrency. I also think it was it David Schwartz? It was somebody over there at Ripple saying that, with these products, the customers can choose to use any type of crypto for that liquidity. However, at the end of the day, a lot of these products offer, the automatic process of just kind of allowing the best gateway or the best rails to be used with the best type of cryptocurrency. And, 9 times out of 10, they will choose XRP because of the efficiency. So this is what he says, looks more like or sounds more like an ODL payout at the end. Best case scenario, companies moving in and out of crypto now end up using ODL, getting in and out of transactions like a giant meta exchange running on XRP. Worst case scenario, if Liquidity Hub ends up supplanting liquidity with assets other than XRP, but again, tough to beat with the last mile conversion. So yeah, I think it was David Schwartz. Now come to think of it, I think it was David Schwartz that was talking about that last mile conversion. Also wonder if successful long-term, might it create more awareness of the value of simply buying XRP directly? Probably a long shot if the suite in general is providing important connections, but interesting market pressure. And when we navigate here to the Ripple website, their subpage that has the crypto liquidity bridge digital assets seamlessly, you guys can see a little more information. There's a little more information here on how this works. Bridging traditional fiat systems with the new world of cryptocurrency. And we saw this graphic here in that video, just demonstrating how the markets look here. They're outlining the benefits of the Liquidity Hub. So optimized crypto liquidity. This is going to be huge for institutions because, so many different companies are going to want to purchase certain cryptocurrencies for certain purposes. And I think a lot of these cryptos are going to be for institutional grade problem solving. So that's the other thing. I don't think that, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I have a feeling that this is not really going to be providing volume for crap coins, every single cryptocurrency in the market that exists. The over 23,300 cryptocurrencies out there. I think this is a more serious solution for more serious institutional clients. And therefore, it's going to really provide and optimize the liquidity for these institutional grade clients for the cryptocurrencies that do solve problems, i.e., the 5% of cryptocurrencies out there access aggregated liquidity pools, including exchanges and over-the-counter desks to get optimized pricing. Here it says extensive global payouts, so connect to a global network for that last mile payout rail. Streamlined digital asset management, leveraging an enterprise level dashboard for managing trading and reporting, and expanded access to capital, removing the need to hold pre-funded capital positions with multiple liquidity venues. So all the talking points that Ripple have been mentioning for the last several years, with regards to XRP. XRP sounds like XRP is going to be part of the foundation of this product. So very, very interested to see how this rolls out. How Ripple Liquidity Hub works. So also just giving you a bit of a flow chart here, just demonstrating the Ripple Liquidity Hub in the middle of all these businesses who want digital assets like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever, and then the market makers, the exchanges, the over-the-counter desks, and how we're going to be able to source liquidity through Ripple's Liquidity Hub to be able to provide how many ever Litecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash these businesses want to convert to these specific entities like market makers, exchanges, over-the-counter desks, and I'm sure it is not limited to that. So some great updates here with regards to Liquidity Hub. Wrath of Kahneman also just adding a correction to his original tweet thread. It seems the line about Liquidity Hub available as a standalone or an extension, which should be interpreted to mean that Liquidity Hub is available without respect to any RippleNet product. So you can use Liquidity Hub and you don't have to actually be, I guess, signed up for any other RippleNet product. The documentation presents it as a parallel product, not an integration. So that's another beautiful aspect, I suppose, if that is true. Anybody can jump onto this new product and doesn't necessarily have to already be integrated with RippleNet. So interesting news there. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman. Also happen to see this, guys, from XRPayNet here on Twitter. XRPL wallets are now available. And guys, look how many other wallets in the apps there are available for the XRPL wallets. Lots of different possibilities here. Some that I'm just noticing off the top here. XRP Health is supported, Solo, Core, of course, XRP, just to name a few. So guys, ecosystem is growing slowly but surely. This new Liquidity Hub announcement is, I think, sending positive vibes to the market. And, I guess some could say it is being reflected in XRP price. However, I think the XRP price is just rallying based on what is going on in the rest of the crypto space. Ripple has responded to that SEC letter of notification that we got a couple of days ago here. James K. Filan bringing us the latest update on this, okay? So short, sweet, to the point. Get this, guys. Defendants Ripple Labs, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson respectfully respond to the SEC's notice of supplemental authority, which asserts that the SEC versus Commonwealth Equity serves. So that was the case they were addressing there. An out-of-circuit, unpublished district court opinion provides additional authority for rejecting defendants' fair notice defense. It does not. So Ripple just rejecting this hypothesis. In Commonwealth, the defendant adduced no contemporaneous evidence supported its defense that market participants lacked fair notice of an obligation to disclose economic conflicts of interest under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940. It merely quoted SEC guidance and presented a paid expert who opined that he believes, in retrospect, that the guidance did not require certain disclosures. And then it says, go see Commonwealth. And then that brings us to a section here if we do want to actually look at the case. They go on to say, by contrast, there is abundant evidence, including extensive factual evidence from the SEC's own files and its communications with third parties, guys. So get this, communications with the SEC's own third parties showing that reasonable market participants trying to understand the SEC would permit or prohibit, concluded that defendants' offers and sales of XRP were not investment contracts. So from their own files and their own communications with third parties, they are concluding that this, in fact, that sales of XRP were not investment contracts and told the SEC so. There is no abundant evidence that the SEC was not already aware of this widespread regulatory confusion, but helped it sow it by repeatedly offering and then disclaiming vague guidance that differed from the Howey test. The clear directive from Commonwealth is the absence here. Moreover, in Commonwealth, there is no dispute that the Investment Advisors Act applied to the defendant's conduct and required the defendant to disclose economic conflicts of interest. I'm assuming it says, yes, of interest. In this case, the threshold issue, the source of widespread regulatory uncertainty is whether the Securities Act even applies to defendants' offers and sales of XRP, and then they state here it does not. The SEC's boast of the unbroken chain of district court decisions rejecting fair notice defenses on summary judgment in SEC enforcement actions is irrelevant. The court has already rejected the SEC's reliance on the cases. None of those other cases dealt with XRP and the facts defendants adduced to support in their fair notice defense. The closest case, Upton, which the SEC excludes from its list because it is the appellate decision, is binding precedent and ruled in favor of the defendant's fair notice defense. The court should do the same, and Commonwealth does not change that. So basically, Ripple lawyers coming out here and saying Akil here saying basically they're asking for an appellate decision on the fair notice defense, right? XRP Queen saying you gave me a heart attack, James. I mean, when we're seeing James K. Filan, posting these updates, we're assuming, I think many of us are assuming at this point in time that we are going to see a final verdict, a final ruling. Ripple for the win, says Crypto Assets Guy here on Twitter. And then Johnny here saying, Sherry Empress, I got this one. Ripple's attorneys are pretty much telling the SEC, nice try. I think that sums it up. They're basically refuting the claims for all those different reasons. Bill Morgan here posting this. It is pages 45 to 46 on Ripple's opposition to the SEC's motion for summary judgment, dealing with lack of clarity regarding digital asset regulation. Here's an extract so you can see the flavor of Ripple's point in this letter. So just pointing this out here from Ripple's opposition, over the next few years, other leading analysts likewise concluded that XRP was not a security. A 2015 memo from another leading law firm advised Ripple that XRP does not appear to be a security under the Howey test. And here they've even outlined it as a virtual currency, a designation that is mutually exclusive with SEC regulations. Cashta down here saying, I'm looking for what they describe as the SEC's own files and the SEC's communications with third parties. So that is a very interesting point here that I want to bring your attention to as well. By contrast, there is abundant evidence, including extensive factual evidence from the SEC's own files and its communications with third parties, showing that reasonable market participants trying to understand what the SEC would permit or prohibit concluded that defendants' offers and sales of XRP were not investment contracts and told the SEC so. FBase saying basically a slap in the face for the SEC. We've got Ashley Prosper here also bringing up this same point, highlighting this exact same point. The third party, who are they, guys? Who could they be? I mean, we can't really find out because that information is classified. However, some clues here. The image of a fly being swatted comes to mind when I read this reply, says Ashley Prosper. On a separate but related note, I wonder which third parties told the SEC that sales of XRP were not investment contracts. So who could they be? That seems a very significant quote, says Julian Williams. Do you think they got that from the Hinman emails? Ashley Prosper says, I do. Torres has to publish materials on which he relies when making judgments, he asks. Interesting. I mean, we don't really know too much about the Hinman emails other than our best guess. However, there could be some evidence pointing to that, most likely referring to Coinbase, says Bob Sponge here on Twitter. Coinbase went to the SEC and told them they were listing XRP and did not find it to be a security. That would be a third party. Who are other third parties, asks Ashley. So Coinbase, one good guess here. Coinbase is one third party. Who are others? Perhaps they are referring to MoneyGram. Yes, MoneyGram, plus a number of unnamed parties in footnote 33 of Ripple's opposition summary judgment. MoneyGram, I'm thinking there are others. So guys, there's a lot of clues suggesting this. Here's another one. After Coinbase listed XRP in late February 2019, okay, so going all the way back to February 2019, MoneyGram filed a notice with the SEC, and read what it said. This argument will enable MoneyGram to utilize Ripple's XRapid product. At that time, that was what the on-demand liquidity was called, XRapid, in foreign exchange settlement as part of MoneyGram's cross-border payment process. And so you guys can read that here. If XRP was itself an illegal security, the way the SEC now claims, why would the SEC allow this MoneyGram partnership 18 months before Clayton dropped the lawsuit on his last full day at the SEC and the very next day after meeting with Gary Gensler? According to the SEC's absurd theory, the XRP that MoneyGram sold through exchanges like Coinbase to the public were also investment contracts with Ripple, even if the purchaser never heard a company called Ripple that sold software to banks. He goes on to say, in June of 2019, MoneyGram told the SEC it was acquiring and selling XRP, and it wasn't an issue. In fact, we learned the SEC instructed MoneyGram how to report XRP on the books as a contra expense. In the 76 years since Howey, there's no case where contra expense equals a security. So that's another interesting point here. Revenue was $323.7 million, a decline of 6% from the fourth quarter. So referring to this, revenue excludes $8.9 million of benefit from Ripple, which will be accounted for as a contra expense rather than revenue based on a recent consultant with the Security and Exchange Commission. Things that make you go, Great eye, John Deaton. Coinbase and MoneyGram's use of XRP wasn't the only events in 2019. FSOC's 2019 annual report highlighted XRP along with BTC and Ethereum and Litecoin. Look who signed it, guys. The report said BTC, Ethereum, XRP, and Litecoin grew in market share significantly It didn't mention any securities. And guys, that was signed by none other than Jay Clayton, the chairman of the SEC at that time, among others, like Jerome Powell, chairman of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve. And you guys can, just see the list here. I'll link this in the description if you want to read further. Hinman's speech was June 14th, 2018. As you know, he didn't mention XRP in his speech, only gave BTC and Ethereum a free pass. We don't know about the drafts or the emails. But there's a Howey XRP memo written by the SEC enforcement lawyers, dated the day before, June 13th, 2018. And by sheer coincidence, I started my channel the day before that, June 12th, 2018. Working Money channel was born. Just as a bit of a sidebar, we haven't read it because Judge Netburn said it was privileged. Judge Netburn informed us, however, that no recommendation was made at the conclusion of the XRP memo. If SEC enforcement lawyers had determined that XRP was clearly a security, they would have recommended action be taken. At a minimum, they would have recommended that a cease and desist letter be issued to Ripple. If Ripple refused, then an enforcement action. They are called enforcement lawyers. If it was clear that the law was being broken, they wouldn't say just let them get away with it. Okay, also consider on January 1st, 2020, Baylard Inc., a market participant, filed an ethics disclosure with the SEC that said when it comes to crypto, don't worry, because Baylard will only deal with the 3 crypto assets generally accepted in the market as non-securities: BTC, Ethereum, and XRP. No, guys, you cannot make this stuff up. It is listed here. And again, I'll link this in the description if you want to read the supplemental material. It's a great thread by John Dean, by the way. Now only consider that in October of 2020, less than 60 days before Ripple was sued, the SEC informed the public, the people it supposedly protects, that the SEC has never determined XRP to be a security. Let's also not forget Brad Garlinghouse and Joel Katz, or David Schwartz, met with the SEC in August and September of 2018 with Jay Clayton and Hinman. Ripple is living in purgatory. This is a quote. Ripple is living in purgatory because of the lack of clarity regarding XRP. And so this meeting was several months after the June 13th, 2018 memo. Again, guys, things are just not adding up here. All things to be considered when taking a look at this case. So MoneyGram, Coinbase, and so many other possibilities that could be included in files and communications with third parties here. But I think we've come to some pretty good conclusions. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.